Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I've got a good one for you today. We've got this fool by the name of Paul Krugman right here in this picture. He's an elitist that's constantly talking about globalism, free trade. Guess what he's doing right now? He's actually admitting that him, along with other trade experts, were wrong about globalization, and that it actually hurt American workers far more than they thought it would. Now let me show you something right here. This guy, all throughout the 1990s, branded everybody who questioned it, free trade and all this other stuff, a fool. Right here, a fool who didn't understand economics very well. And he called them silly. Who's the silly one now? This guy went to MIT and couldn't figure out that if you send jobs over to China, you will get cheap products back in return, but that you need an actual income to buy those products. Guess what? They take your jobs. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure it out, but apparently at MIT, these guys don't learn that. And let me tell you why. Because they're a bunch of elitists. Places like Yale, Stanford, Harvard. These guys live in the clouds. These people they're delusional. They don't live in reality. They have six-figure incomes for doing nothing. Going on places like MSNBC and CNN. A bunch of fools. Oh, and look at this one. This really shows you how smart these guys are. The lack of intelligence that some of these economists have, a bunch of elitists, that they missed a crucial part of the story in failing to realize that globalization will lead to hyperglobalization, which, by the way, that's not a word. They just made that up because they don't want to accept responsibility and the huge economic and social upheaval. Let me translate for you. The middle class is gone. Let me see what else he says. Particularly of the industrial middle class in America. Exactly. The working middle class, especially the blue collar class. And right here, this is actually a pretty good one too. They underestimated the Chinese competition. Who would have thought that having competition with a country of 1 billion people, taking all your jobs and making all your goods, would put you at an economic disadvantage? This is let me show you what they really mean. He called it a whoops moment. It's actually not a whoops moment. If you got a family and you can't feed them, you can't pay the bills, it's not a whoops moment. It's called reality. It's the real world. But let me show you. This guy, he lives in the clouds. Places like MSNBC, very high salaries for doing nothing. Look at him as one of these little talk shows. It's so pathetic. I mean, it's the same with these politicians, you know. These guys don't live in the real world. Alright guys, that's all for today. Signing out. Enjoy the music.